What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Diamond Pick of the Week. I'm your host, Drew. As you can see, my other host, D, isn't here. He's busy today, but it's okay. We're going to keep it rolling. And, I was visiting him last week, went ahead and snuck into his wallet, pulled a crisp $100 bill. So we got $100 to play with in the betting world this week. I know last week we were on a 5-game roll, and technically we did win a bet last week. So we had won a bet 6 weeks in a row, but it wasn't our diamond pick. We made 3 bets. We only won one of them. So just to clear our conscience, we will say the streak has ended at 5, but we're going to keep it rolling. We still won money last week, so let's get into these bets this week. We got the 49ers going to Mexico City to face the Cardinals. Right now, the 49ers again this week are heavy favorites. They are at -8 and just straight up money line -370. No money there. I mean, yeah, we can easily put some money in and win right there, but we want to give you a great deal, a lot of bang for your buck. So let's look at what else we got going on this week. Over 43 for the total points, -110 for the under 43. It's interesting because Colt McCoy looks like he could be the starter this week. Even if Kyler plays, he'll be banged up. And this is a 49ers team that I don't trust to put up over 30 points. So, maybe a little something there. Let's go over to the passing touchdowns. We got Jimmy G at over 1.5. That's at -120. It's tough because Jimmy could we could put up some points here, but McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell in that backfield, especially with the threat of running with Debo, that's a lot of run game that if we get him in the red zone could easily score. So Jimmy not really a lock to get 2 touchdowns here. Let me see. I got this just and I got my co-host texting in a couple of last second prop bets here. Let's see. We got a really good parlay we got going here. McCaffrey to have 1 touchdown and the 49ers to win. That's -139. We know McCaffrey's great in the red zone. We know they want to use him a lot. He's getting like 15 touches plus no matter what this week. The other one is McCaffrey to have 70 plus rushing yards and SF to win. Again, with Elijah Mitchell there, it's hard to project McCaffrey over 70 yards, especially last week when he didn't have nearly that much. He was projected at 84. He put up like 30, 40, whatever. Elijah Mitchell actually has a better chance of hitting that number. But that bet looks pretty good. The McCaffrey for a touchdown, 49ers to win. That's pretty juicy bet right there, but we'll come back to that. Right here, receiving yards, we have McCaffrey over 35.5. That seems doable. Brandon Ayuk has been averaging over 80 yards a game these past couple games. I think 4 or 5 games. Right now he's at over 55.5, and the number's only -114. So that's looking like a pretty good bet. That Ayuk is heavily involved in this offense at this point. Even I would say more so than Deebo Samuel. So that's something, we might table that and come back. George Kittle over 41.5 and Deebo over 53. It's just hard because Kittle is kind of non-existent in this offense and Deebo is more of a rushing threat. So let's look at the rushing now that we're on that. McCaffrey over 65.5. I'm going to say not this week. Until I see consistently that they're going to rely on McCaffrey over Mitchell, it's a little tough. James Conner over 49.5. I'd maybe go with the under there because of our dominant defense. Their offense is obviously going to try to rely on the run with a banged up quarterback, but to get an interception, they got Demo Lenore passing interceptions. This is the number that everyone is talking about on Twitter because Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't went 3 games in a row without throwing an interception. He might throw an interception this game. It's just what Jimmy does. That third game, especially if someone tweets it out. People tweeting it out and everyone's like, Why are you jinxing Jimmy? Like, let's just not talk about this. Let's pretend like this isn't a stat. We just want to ignore it so it doesn't get in. If you speak that, it's gonna put it out in the air that Jimmy's now throwing a pick. So people are talking about it, and it says Jimmy one interception at least plus 106. And history has shown that he throws interceptions on that third game. I might want to put something down on this. I might, throw a curveball and throw maybe, a little $25 on that. So right now we have Ayuk at five receptions is plus 108. That's really good. Let me actually look up what he's been averaging these last couple of games because he's so heavily involved in this offense. McCaffrey with at least five, Debo with at least five, and Kittle, which I think me and D were talking about this, is actually really good to have him over four at minus 137 in a primetime game in Mexico, where he is saying how excited he is. I think the Niners love to showcase him in primetime games. If you look at like the Chiefs game, that's kind of where he's went off. But Kittle had 2 targets last week. Every other week he's gotten over 4 targets. So something we might consider going there, but I want to see the Ayuk. The Ayuk situation is interesting because he is becoming a legit number 1 receiver. And wow, okay, so his last couple games he had 7 targets, 6 targets, 11 targets, 11 targets, and he's been rolling since then. I think we might want to go 5 catches for Ayuk here. He's gotten that every week since week 5. And that's plus 108. So I'm feeling really good about that. I think if we had to roll the dice here, our diamond pick of the week will definitely be the McCaffrey with 1 score and the win at minus 139. I think we're going to put $50 on that. But then, to add some, spread it around, add a little spice to this game, we're going to go 25 for Ayuk to have 5 catches or more. And we're going to go 25 on Jimmy G to throw interception. I hope it's not true. I hope we lose that bet. But time has told us that he throws picks. And I remember it got hyped up earlier in the season where everyone's like, oh, yep, he's going to do it. He's going to throw 3 games in a row without a pick. And it happened. And, this is a Cardinals team that's really familiar with us. There could be some tip passes with that defensive line. We never know. I think we're going to go diamond pick of the week, locking it in. McCaffrey, 1 touchdown, SF to win. We're going to do some side bets. Ayuk over 5 receptions, or at least 5 receptions, actually. That's plus 108 on that. And then we're going to go Jimmy throwing an interception. That's it this week. Hopefully we make some money. Let's get on a roll this week. Thanks, guys.